Hey everybody, welcome back to Grand Prix Anaheim. We're doing round 13 here. My name is Marshall Sutcliffe, and I am joined in the booth by none other than Luis Scott Vargas. Hey Luis.
Hello everyone.
And we're going to be doing coverage here of Eli versus Michael, and it looks like... See, what do we got? So we have zombies for Eli. He's on the right-hand side here.
And an Angel Reanimator here with Disciple of Gristlebrand even. That's more like the French list that like Levy and Vincent Lemoine were playing.
Yeah, back at Pro Tour, Addison Restored.
Blasphemous Axe, everything. So yeah, this looks like their list with Unburial Rites, Angel of Glory's Rise. It looks like he did not add Falcon Wrath Aristocrat, which is interesting because that was one of the best parts about Shouta's list.
Yeah, so look, we saw him kind of innovate and put in a card that has transformed from something that he got a lot of value in from his deck that was in a Reanimator shell into kind of the centerpiece of a Jund deck that we've seen here a lot.
Kibler's deck. It's just like it's kind of a staple because it's a 4-power haste flyer for 4 that's hard to kill.
Right.
But in the Angel decks, it actually lets you go infinite with Angel of Glory's Rise, Fiend Hunter, and Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. You just loop them.
So how does that work?
Okay, so you play an Angel, right? You get back Fiend Hunter.
Right.
Fiend Hunter removes Angel.
Yes.
Then you sack the Fiend Hunter to the Aristocrat.
Okay.
Angel comes back, brings back the Fiend Hunter. You just keep doing that. And if you have a Hunt Master, you also gain infinite life and infinite tokens.
This sounds enticing.
It's something
but he has forgone that. Yeah. Now. So is this really an Angel of Glory's Rise deck that we're going to see here?
Yeah, I mean it's got one champion in the pairs. That's interesting.
That's a little odd.
Yeah, he's got.
I'm not sure why that would be in there. He's on the beatdown plan sometimes. It's the value. All right, looks like we're underway here, and Eli's led off with a Gravecrawler.
Yeah, Zombies doesn't have a ton of 2-drops, and he did not have one this game. It looks like.
Whoa.
Are you almost pass the turn without playing a land?
Like twice?
All right, yeah. So he had a bunch of tap lands, so he had to play a turn 2 Pilgrim. Which is still pretty reasonable. Lets you play a turn 3 Hunt Master, or I guess that's their best forge. They don't have Garrux in there or anything like that, because they usually don't.
We see no red source yet.
I've got to assume that Eli probably has Drops Messenger or something this turn because,
there it is.
You wouldn't keep a hand with Gravecrawler, no 2-drop, no other 1-drop unless you had Messenger. Messenger is sick, though. So.
Yeah, Messenger is fantastic. Now, I don't think that Michael's deck has room for things like Pillar of Flame in it.
No, like they don't really have much removal except Blasphemous Act and Fiend Hunter.
Yeah.
So it looks like he looks like a Hunt Master maybe in hand, but no red mana. It's pretty rough. His slightly on the slow slide here, especially on the draw against this start. So
yeah, this is not the start he was looking. I mean, we neither see any of these humans that can kind of prolong the game, nor do we see. Active things moving towards a reanimation.
Yeah, I think those are Geist Honor Monks in his hand, so I think he's going to be able to drop some of them next turn. So he's got 2, so... Okay,
so he has 2, and then we can see his whole hand here. He's also got a Vault of the Archangel, a Swamp, that is an Unburial Rites, and a Hunt Master.
So he's likely going to grab, I guess, one of the Geists, because they're the only castable cards in his hand right now.
Right.
And Vault of the Archangel is actually going to go a long way here, because it can let you get all your life back. But I think with what looked like a Killing Wave in Eli's hand, this is going to be a tough game for Michael to win.
Yeah,
he's
already at 9.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening, but
right.
Barring some nice draws on Michael's part, it's going to be tough. It is kind of cool that Angel of Glory's Rise also nukes all zombies, though.
Yes, that is, and that's something that I don't think that was really part of the game plan when they built the deck.
No, it's just a little freebie.
Yeah, one of the nice things about Appetite for Brains here is that it also exiles the card. So we're not talking about dumping something in for a reanimation target later.
Yeah, it's funny because Conley played zombies and he had Appetite for Brains in his sideboard, and he didn't board in the entire Pro Tour because he didn't realize it exiled. And later he was like, "Yeah, I probably should have done that."
Yeah,
I didn't realize it exiled until he told me either. But
yeah, I just looked it up. I won't lie. All right, so we do see an attempt at stabilization here by Michael with a Geist Honor Monk.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe that's not a Killing. Maybe it's a Demon Lord of Ashmouth, which is not quite as good here.
Yeah, how many Killing Waves? He's running.
He's got 3
in the main deck.
So they're really very good against Geist Honor Monk.
Yeah, I know Conley was running 1.
Yeah, he set the 1. All right, so he's sending his guys in. Yeah, the sleeves on Eli's deck are pretty appropriate.
Yeah,
I want your brains.
I want your brains. I wonder if when he presents that deck, if you just automatically put him on zombies or not.
I played him round 1, and I
did. You?
I did, but I did not. I didn't put him on zombies. I was that's a cool. Those are cool sleeves. Then he played a swamp. I'm like, now I got it.
Yeah, so, I like it.
He's sending these in. These are, I mean, I would be inclined to just chump Drops Messenger with like a token and then block Gravecrawler with the Geist Honored Monk. But I mean, there's so many things that you lose to here. I don't think you want to kill Drolf's Messenger though. See, this I'm a little less comfortable with because now he's going to lose his Ghost Hunter Monk also.
So everything dies.
Right, because the damage is going to go on, and even though it doesn't kill it actually during combat, since he's going to lose one of his spirit tokens, it's going to bring it down to a 3/3, and it's also
because what I would be looking to set up is like a turn where you get to hit with Vault of the Archangels and Lifeline comes back up. I mean, this does stall pretty well. I mean, he's still at 7. Like the game is certainly not over, but as long as Eli has relevant spells.
Oof, that's kind of brutal.
Yeah, that is tough.
So it's going to bring Michael to 5. He's going to be facing down 7 power.
And if it is a Demon Lord in hand, he gets to eat one of the Drolf's Messengers and drain for another 2 immediately. So, yeah, I mean, he's just going to drop another Geist-Honored Monk here. And again, he really needs to get a big hit in with Vault and Geist-Honored Monk. Like, if you can gain 5 or 6 life off that, that's like a huge swing.
Right.
But I think a Killing Wave would be lethal, I assume, if he draws one. But
right.
It's also tough when Zombies is on like 3 land, if he, like any land or spell is like fairly relevant here. I mean, I guess
Eli still has 3 cards in his hand, and you assume that they're all gas.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably not land, right? He would have played a land, so.
Right.
And Zombies only has 2 cards in the deck that cost 4, so he can cast every spell in his deck at this point, right? Like except for Demon Lord. Okay, so yeah, another Geist-Honored Monk. And the Vault's not a secret, sadly. If he had an appetite for Brains, it would have been great to slow roll the Vault and not let him know it was coming, but he did get a sneak preview of that. It looks like Drolf's going to be sending some messages this game with I guess just drawing random 1 and 2 drop zombies is not the most impressive now, but any removal spell, any Killing Wave, like Liliana's, those are all like fairly annoying for Michael here.
So, if Eli does ship in with both of the zombies, is it just 2 chump blocks that you'd expect then? Just two of the spirits?
I would think so. You really don't want to lose your Geist-Honored Monk with Vault play, and you don't want to. I mean, you surely have to block both.
Right.
Yeah, I would just throw spirits on each. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. That's cool.
So that dies. And depending on what Eli plays here, you might be able to Vault and hit him in, or leave Vault untapped so he can't ever can't attack you. Though that does leave you in a kind of bad position later.
Right.
Highborn Ghoul?
Highborn Ghoul.
Is a Highborn Ghoul, so this is going to be able to attack pretty freely.
And then getting the Gravecrawler back.
Right.
Yep, he's still on the back foot here.
So does this force Michael's hand in the sense that now he really does need to get a Vault hit in? I mean, it would be 3, 4, 5. He would gain 5 life, go back up to 10 here.
Well, luckily he drew a Clifftop Retreat, so now he just gets to slam Huntmaster, gain 2 life, put another blocker into play, make Geist-Honored Monk even bigger.
Okay, and that'll set up for a potentially
then you get
huge
a really big Vault hit. But he's still, I think, disadvantaged against any like action spell out of Eli's hand. But I mean, Eli's just been playing creatures so far. He might not actually have drawn like a spell.
Right.
So. You also get a free attack here with the Geist-Honored Monk, since it does have vigilance and all that.
Right. Gravecrawler can't block at all. And
Ooh, he's not playing the Huntmaster. Interesting. So if he's not playing the Huntmaster, maybe it looks like he's reanimating. There's like an Unburial Righting back Geist-Honored Monk here.
Okay, so he's just going to try to commit as many creatures to the board and just set up for a huge...
Yeah, I mean, this isn't unreasonable
either. But you like the other play because it would bump his life total up a little bit?
I like gaining the 2 life because you're putting yourself somewhat vulnerable to a sacrifice effect, but between like attacking with the Highborn Ghoul. But this does mean next turn when he vaults, it will be for actual infinite.
Right, and he also just attacked for 6.
Yeah, I mean he's threatening lethal next turn.
Right.
So
this is a key point here where Eli really needs to kind of looks like he wanted to draw something specific.
Yeah. Killing Wave is got to be the card he's really looking for. I mean, if he has a Killing Wave, like the game is basically over. Oh, that probably also does.
That is also probably good enough.
Yeah.
So that's a Blood Artist. That's the first time we've seen that this weekend. And Blood Artist says whenever a creature dies.
So he's straight up dead here. Like he goes to 3 off the Highborn Ghoul no matter what, and then 3 guys have to die to block his 3 attackers, and that drains him. So
and that's going to be it. Yeah. So the Blood Artist is going to drain for 1 anytime a creature dies, and creatures have to die in this turn.
Yeah. If he had Huntmastered, he would have been at 7 instead, and then he goes to 5, and then he goes chump. He goes to 1.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
So he would have lived, but he still probably ends up losing to the Blood Artist. So I mean, he was pretty far behind here, regardless. So yeah.
And he's just going to pack it in.
Right.
All right, so let's take a look at the boards here. So Michael's got Purify the Grave, which is that worth bringing in this matchup? I mean, it has targets, but
I don't think so. He's got, because he actually has a good board against them also. He's got
Cathedral Sanctifier.
Cathedral Sanctifier is great. Slayer of the Wicked. He's got to be fairly good.
There's a lot of very wicked things going on the other side.
I actually think Witchbane Orb is good too, because it stops Jarl's Messenger and Blood Artist triggers.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it stops
those target.
Yeah, it stops a substantial amount of their burn spells. It does not stop Killing Wave, unfortunately, but it also stops Appetite for Brains. Not that that's hugely relevant, but
but you can blank some random stuff, just get some value.
And then Eli, I'm not as sure of how he sideboards. Like, I would imagine Human Frailty comes in because you're playing against so many humans, and possibly Severs. I don't even. I mean, I guess that kills all the tokens from Geisthounded Monk, or can just remove something.
Yeah.
But I mean, he doesn't have a ton of cards that suck either. All his cards are pretty good.
Kind of spicy.
Yeah, he boarded Unbreathing Hordes against me because I Rolling Templar him. He never drew one.
He just never drew it?
Yeah.
I guess that could get pretty huge.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
I think we'll see those Human Frailties in no matter what. I mean, it feels like his sideboard is very removal heavy. He's got Human Frailties, Victim of Nights, and Seven of the Bloodlines.
This was actually the problem with the Zombies deck at the Pro Tour, was that your sideboard was all minor upgrades. Because I mean, when if you had to do something like take out Tragic Slip for Human Frailty, you're not really sideboarding. You're just upgrading your removal spell by a tick or two.
Right.
Like the Zombies deck, I'm not saying that his sideboard is built poorly. They're just, when you're playing a monocolor aggressive deck that tops out at 3 mana, you just don't have that many options in block. So, I mean,
so this is one of the weaknesses. I mean, because one of the benefits to a deck like this, right, is that he's running 21 Swamps.
Yeah, you never get color screwed at all.
Right, and we've seen games lost this weekend, and when we were at Pro Tour, Avison Restored as well, to people that just stumbled on their mana. I mean, the mana's tough in this format.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Michael had a red source, he would have had a turn 3 Huntmaster in addition to everything else he played.
Yeah.
So he would have I think easily won that game if he had that happen. But because he's playing a 4-color deck, that just doesn't always happen.
Right. And so one of the upsides of playing this mono black type deck is that he doesn't deal with that. But one of the downsides is that you're already talking about a limited card pool.
Yeah.
And now he's limited it even further.
Yeah. I mean, he's got access to a very small subset of not a great, like a very large card pool to begin with. So, I mean, yeah, he gets to put in some removal spells that are better than his main deck ones.
Right.
But it's not like the same as siding in, Cathedral Sanctifier, which is a great card in the matchup.
Right, because you're really looking for silver bullets,
right,
out of your sideboard, things that just wreck a strategy or put a huge crimp on your opponent, and he just doesn't have access to that. Now, it looks like Michael, he's got some of those type of things. Like you said, Cathedral Sanctifiers, he's got 2 of them. Does he have any in the main?
No, I can imagine he's taking out Champion of the Parish, because
that does not seem amazing.
Yeah, he actually might want to take out Blasphemous Act also. Against zombies, it's not that great because they have Blood Artist and they have Jarl's Messenger and Gravecrawler. Like, I think you'd much rather have all these sideboard cards. It's also possible that he wants maybe the Garrix. I don't think he's going to end up boarding him in, but they do kill Blood Artist, which is something that's a problem.
That's a big deal.
It's actually,
as we saw here, right? I mean, he actually stabilizes the board pretty convincingly, and then it was like, you're just dead. Yeah.
Disciple of Gristleman is actually awesome in this matchup. It's great that he has those in the deck. Like any life gain is just good against zombies. They're a burn deck.
Yeah, and Disciple's a human, so that when he does get to go off with Angel of Glory's Rise, it'll also come back, and he can sack all of his humans and then play it. And
it also lets him Fiend Hunter sack the Fiend Hunter with the trigger on the stack to kill a Draw Messenger or something forever.
And just have it never come back.
Yeah, and not have to worry about Human Frailty.
Yeah, what about a card like Borderland Ranger in this matchup? This is, of course, kind of a necessary card for his deck, being 4 colors. It acts as a speed bump in some ways.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever cut it. It's just, you're a deck that's already light on 3 drops and playing 4 colors.
Yeah.
It's possible that he cuts one of the Unburial Rites. I don't know how much they board in that regard.
Okay.
Especially, I don't know if he knows whether Eli has them, but Eli has 4 Crypt Creepers in his deck, Crypt Keepers.
Crypt Creepers?
Oh, well, he says Keeper here. So I guess
it's Creeper, yeah.
I was even looking at the deck list, yeah.
When we did a set review on the podcast, I read it as Crypt Keeper too, and I was quickly corrected.
They need to make a card called Crypt Keeper and make them both legal in the same format. And game lost. But but the fact that Eli has 4 is actually sweet. I mean, it's really good in this matchup.
Yeah, so he actually didn't show one in game 1 here either, so we wouldn't think that that Michael would want to make any adjustments based on that.
Yeah, I mean, unless he's scouted or something.
Sick that he has Crypt Creeper, actually.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It looks like Eli's mulliganing here, actually.
Okay.
But yeah, unless he knew about the Crypt Keepers, that was on purpose, by the way.
Okay.
He would probably not mess around with his unbarrel rights count. But if he knows that he's got 4, it's definitely a possibility that he's got to
make some major adjustments.
Looks like I turned on promo diagraph goal.
Got to give him props for that.
I like that it feels like Goblin Guide because it comes to play tapped, but they don't take the 2 damage.
I like that because almost all Goblin Guides come into play tapped anyway. Right?
Yeah. All right, looks like we're gonna have red. And if he's getting it this early, he's probably looting. Well, maybe not. Who knows? It looks like he's got a bunch of Fiend Hunters in his hand, which is pretty important in this matchup. Just having a 3-drop that interacts with them is very necessary. Plains good. So it's funny how this deck has got Avacyn's Pilgrim, and sometimes it just leads with Plains Up Swamp Mountain.
Yeah.
It's just well within the range of the deck.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. All right, so get in for 2.
Yeah.
And
All right, so he's got a curve this time.
It's a Blood Artist this time.
All right, that's not well, when I say a curve, that's not exactly what I had in mind.
Right, that's more like a little enchantment.
Yeah.
All right, I see Angel of Glory's Rise comes off the top for Michael here.
Yeah,
he does have a green source in his hand. He's got a forest.
He's got 2 Fiend Hunters. I have to imagine that he wants to just, drop a Fiend Hunter and possibly even eat just the Blood Artist here, since that's long-term going to cause him more problems. And Fiend Hunter can block Diagraph Ghoul. And he's going straight for the Ghoul.
He just decides to go for the Ghoul, which is probably fine here since it's not like Eli's going to be playing haste creatures, right?
Yeah. Ooh, a Killing Wave and Appetite for Brains. So Eli's got some action going on. Another thing about zombies, though, is they're really dependent on having Drops Messenger to, as their damage source. Because right now he's got Killing Wave, he's got Appetite for Brains, he's got Blood Artist, he's got all the cards that he wants to see, but he doesn't have a way to put him to 10. He's at 18 still, so he's a long way away from being able to do that.
So this would have been the turn to do it. So he did Appetite for Brains.
He devoured the Angel. His only target.
It was the only target, so it's gone.
But Michael's on all lands now, so it's actually not that bad for Eli, since Eli's on 2 land all spells, and Michael's the other way around.
Right.
But he's not really under any pressure either, so... Alright, so he's got a 3rd land. If he's got a Messenger here, that's a pretty big game. And if he's playing 3... Oh, nope, he's not.
Kind of pump faked us there.
Yeah, so...
Second Blood Artist comes in.
With Killing Wave in hand, though, that is very dangerous. Michael does something like play a Geist Iron Monk, then all of a sudden it's boom, fireball you for 12.
Right. Yeah, and Michael's deck has shown us from the last game that it does have the ability to put in just a ton of creatures.
Yeah, Geist Iron Monk in particular which he's got 4 of, it is not at its best against Killing Wave. It's kind of a liability.
Right.
The funny thing is it's so good when they don't have Killing Wave because it just clogs up the board and you can chump all their messengers without killing them, but when they do have Killing Wave, it's really bad for you. So I don't think he's going to take any out, but it's certainly something he could consider. It looks like he's just drawing lands over here.
Yeah.
So
he still has 1 Fiend Hunter in hand.
Yeah, he's got a Fiend Hunter, but he doesn't really need to use it. The no attack is not probably what he wanted to do.
No, probably want to.
Blood Artist, as good as it is, does not have a power.
It does not block well.
Yeah.
So we've got 4
so
mana
they're
for
both
Eli,
just kind of
and
sitting there.
ships the turn
This
back.
is anyone's game, though Michael does have bigger spells in his deck, so that in some ways favors him.
We got a Clifftop Retreat off the top, so he just keeps drawing lands
Off
as
the
well.
Clifftop, yeah, there.
And he
His Fiend Hunter
again
continues
does
to
not
retreat.
attack. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, 2 mana, yeah. If he draws Drops Messenger, he's slamming it, so...
Right, and there's the Crypt Creeper.
Yeah, keeper. Yeah, so you can sack to gain to deal 2. Ooh, it looks like he did board in Garrux. It looks like we're going to be hunting some Blood Artists here.
Ooh.
Alright, so yeah, things could get ugly here for Eli, since Michael's still at 18. He takes 2 off the first hunt. Garrett could make a wolf here, but with 2 Blood Artists in play, you really need to minimize the amount you lose to Killing Wave here.
And Blood Artist is a loss of life, right? It's not going to do any damage to Garrick.
Yeah. The other thing is, from Michael's side, Eli's got 3 cards in hand, 4 lands in play, cast any spell in his deck, and has done nothing for 3 turns.
Right.
You've got to start thinking, what could he have in his hand? It's not removal, because he would have killed the Fiend Hunter and started attacking.
Right.
So Killing Wave, Appetite for Brains, these are the kind of cards he's got likely in his hand, or more land. He could be just, keeping land in hand. So,
Okay.
yeah, so he does go after the Blood Artist, which is good. Takes his 2.
Oh, no, that's twice.
Yeah, given that you think he's got at least 1 Killing Wave in hand, the sooner you get those Blood Artists off the table, the safer you'll be.
Yeah.
He's got to consider Fiend Huntering the Creeper here, just because an end-of-turn removal spell on Fiend Hunter kills Garrick, but you really do also want to save them for Jarl's Messenger, so it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a judgment call. he didn't have removal the last two
I mean,
turns.
Garrick's at 3, right?
Yeah, but if he kills Fiend Hunter and a turn, he gets to attack it for 4. But you can also look at it this way. If he didn't have removal for last turn, and then he played the Crypt Creeper, he had to have just drawn the Crypt Creeper, so he probably doesn't have removal still.
Right.
Unless he sided in some 5-mana spells. But I don't think he even has... Yeah, 4 is the top of his curve.
Right. And it looks like he just keeps drawing lands.
Yeah, he's got to make a move here. He's losing position to Garrick every single turn. It's relentless. So...
And he's just going to pass the turn back.
Yeah, things are not going well.
So Garrick's going to eat another Blood Artist here.
Yeah, that's got to be the play. Now with the 2 Blood Artists off the table and Michael at 16.
Jeez, Garrick's doing some work here.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for... Or 15 now. This is going to be tough for Eli. He drew a Borderland Ranger too, which is actually fine. I mean, the land is not really too relevant, but now even if he kills the Fiend Hunter, he still has a blocker for one of his guys.
Yeah. So Michael's going to be looking to start getting some threats down and start getting his beat down on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
he's in a pretty comfortable position here, but he needs to start.
And now he definitely gets to save the Fiend Hunter for Messenger.
Good.
He can also use Garrick to like fight, go down to 1, then start ticking it up and like searching for Angels of Glory's Rise and stuff. Yeah, Eli has multiple Killing Waves in hand, which is one of the problems with Killing Wave. It's a very powerful card, but when the circumstances are right, it doesn't really do all that much.
Is this a Highborn Ghoul we see here?
Oh, it looks like he's having Restoration Angel also to combo with all his come to play guys. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one for Eli to win, even though he is at 20 now. Garrick fighting the Highborn Ghoul.
Right, because he's just going to die to it in 2 turns anyways.
Yeah, and now he's got the Veil Cursed Garrick, so he can search for guys. Even something like searching for the Cathedral Sanctifier and Restoration Angeling it is going to be like fairly solid. So I would suspect that we are going to game 3 here, though not that soon.
Right.
the writing's on the wall, but it's gonna take a while, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a Killing Wave for 5. Boom.
So Killing Wave you for 5. So
Eli has to make the decision first. So he chooses whether to pay 5 life and keep his Crypt Creeper.
and he has to do that first. So that's information that will be known to Michael.
Yeah. So it looks like he's taking 5. And so now Michael has to choose whether he wants to pay 5 to keep Borderland Ranger, which he probably won't. And I suspect he will pay 5 to keep the Fiend Hunter. Yeah.
So he's going to drop to 10 here.
Yeah. Killing Wave still, that was still a nice little Searing Blaze, right?
That was sweet. He did 5 to him and took out one of his creatures.
Yeah, it cost him 5 life, but he's still at a fairly comfortable life total. That's not the issue.
Right.
So. You could Restoration Angel end of turn here. You're not getting a ton of value by doing that, but I guess he wants me. If he wants to start beating down, yeah. So he's going to Restoration Angel. He could Fiend Hunter. He's not even bothering to.
He just drew a Vault of the Archangel. So that is excellent. He just slams it down and he's just going to start bashing.
Yeah, then he's going to.
Hey, look, the Fiend Hunter found its will to it.
It worked up its courage here.
It did.
Yeah, no,
so he's deciding whether to block or not. All right, no blocks. Do that, and then Garrick make a Death Touch Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Volt is actually a sick one in this matchup too. He's got 2 in his deck, which is fairly important. If he can get to a position where he's activating it every turn, things get out of hand really quickly.
Right. It's funny running Vault in a deck like this.
Opening hand of Clifftop Retreat, Forest, Vault, the Archangel, Cavern of Souls.
I've seen you post a lot of hands like that on Twitter.
You get some nice sample hands out of these decks.
Try to finish this deck.
Even the zombies, right? An opening hand of 2 Killing Waves, a Demon Lord of Ashmouth, and a Crypt Creeper. It's like, that's a pretty good draft deck.
Yeah.
But that is block constructed.
Sure.
Miracle has, which is what we played this weekend. It has some embarrassing opening hands too.
It does it?
Opening hand of Temporal Mastery, treat the Angels permanent as 4 lands. It's like, yep.
Yeah.
When your nut hand is 6 lands in a Finked place, that's.
Yeah. I think we're going to see another Killing Wave here, and we do.
Yeah, I don't know if he can keep. It doesn't look like he can actually keep the Crypt Creeper here, since it'll put him down to 5. Oh, he did, or 6. But Michael is certainly keeping the Restoration Angel. He might actually want to keep the Fiend Hunter. Go to 4 life, but then go back up to 8 from the thing. And then he can also Garrick, play the Fiend Hunter's hand, Garrick sacrifice it, get Cathedral Sanctifier if he wants.
Yeah, just to pad his life total a bit.
Yeah.
So is Michael's main concern here just keeping his life total at a
Yeah, he's
at a point where he's not in striking range of Eli's deck? I mean, it feels like, looking at the board state, Michael has some inevitability on his side here.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely got the dominant board position, so he just has to make sure he doesn't get mised by like burn spells. Like, he doesn't want Eli to go draw some messenger, killing me for 2 sack, draw some messenger, like that sort of thing. Right. Like that could be problematic. Oh wow, he kept the Death Touch Wolf. I guess because that also. Where did the Crypt Creeper go?
It looked like he took damage, so I think it's still...
Yeah, okay, there we go. He kept the Wolf because the Crypt Creeper would have hit him otherwise.
Right.
So he's on 4. I still think he's fine. I mean, the fact that he's going to be able to gain at least 4 life on his turn, I guess if he attacks, he only gains 3 because he's kind of like forced to block here. So he gains 3 life on his turn, going up to 7, and then if he wants...
He's going to attack Garrick?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, either one he attacks, he's going to block, so I guess you can give him the choice if you want.
Looks like a
drawing a Pilgrim was not bad either, because you can, again, turn that into Cathedral Sanctifier, go up to 7, go up to 10 off the Angel.
Okay.
And then you're in good shape. Like,
yeah, then you're at 10 and you're out of that range that we were
and you get to attack him at a 3, so like he can't really cast, like, even another Killing Wave is not that bad for you.
Okay.
Whatever he does this turn, it's going to involve both the Archangels, though. And boom.
He's got a 2-turn clock on Eli just with the Angel as well, so...
Yeah, and that's not even taking into account the fact that Garrick's in play.
Right.
His other line is to, like, tick Garrick up and make it, like, super lethal with the overrun effect.
An overrun effect? Yeah. That seems like overkill, but... I mean, that Angel can die, so...
Yeah. So he's just not playing the Pilgrim this turn, I guess.
Yeah, he's got a Fiend Hunter.
And so even like a Killing Wave here, he can afford to lose all his creatures because Eli has nothing in play, so...
Yeah.
Alright. And it looks like he's got another one, too.
He does have another one.
So he can Wrath of God, and get Diagraph Goal back. So the Fiend Hunter was... didn't work out all that well because now he gets to Wrath and get his Fiend Hunter back, but he still has a Garrick on 3 in play, he still has a Vault in play, like... It is going to be tough.
Okay, he's just going to pack it in?
Packed it up, which... I mean, he had another turn there. I do not think he was winning, though. I don't even know what he could have drawn to get himself out of that.
Yeah, but you should still play it out.
Yeah, I don't think time is a consideration, right? We've got to have plenty of time left in this round.
Yeah,
and it's not like this is a slow matchup.
That's true.
But, I mean, I don't think he could win that game. Or at least he could. It was very, very, very unlikely he would win that game, so...
Yeah.
So it looks like he did side out one of the Blasphemous Acts and a couple of the Unburial Rites, especially now that he's seen the Crypt Creeper, if you might have known it already, but... for sure, he's got those actions.
Is that the time when you bail on that plan? Like, do you still run an Angel of Glorious Rise?
Looks like he did not bring in the Cathedral Sanctifiers. That's interesting. I assume that's what they're there for. Like this and Mono Red are the matchup where you want them. Otherwise,
I'd be shocked if he didn't bring them in.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Especially when it seems like 10 into your life total in this matchup seems so critical, just because this zombies deck has the ability to just burn you out.
Yeah,
in a
it's a mono black burn deck.
Yeah, it's really strange because we're not used to using that term when it comes to mono black, but this thing just has so much reach.
Yeah, Killing Wave, Blood Artist, and Drolf's Messenger, like the combination of those cards. I mean, they can do 20 damage without ever attacking you. Like I've seen it happen.
Which is really?
Yeah, Conley played this in the Pro Tour and he tested it a ton up until that point, and they'll have games where they go like Drolf's Messenger, Blood Artist, Killing Wave for 4, and it's like...
And then you because they just sack all their guys anyway.
Yeah, so they sack all their guys, so you take, 1 damage for each guy they have, 2 for each Drolf Messenger that comes back, and then you take at least 1 for each of your creatures, 2 if they have Blood Artists in play.
Right. And then that's not even discounting the fact that you're losing all your creatures potentially.
Yeah. So, I wonder if he keeps the Demon Lord of Ashmouth in. It's interesting.
Doesn't seem that good if he's facing down
a bunch of Fiend Hunters.
Yeah, well, Fiend Hunters or Geist Honored monks.
Yeah, because all the spirits can jump.
Yeah, it's a 5/4 without trample. It has flying. I mean, one of the things that we've noticed in this format throughout the course of the weekend is that flying's good.
Yeah,
it's kind of like one of the first things you learn when you play Magic, and it's one that's really been.
But part of that is because Huntmaster of the Fells and Garrick are so popular that like having a flyer goes a long way when there's all these like wolves running around.
Right, there's wolves on the ground and you can just kill Garrick. And that's kind of why we've seen Falkenrath Aristocrat come into its own. Sick. But that being said, when your opponent is main decking 4 Geist Honored monks, your flyers are a little less. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, in the Miracles deck, that we ran one Restoration Angel on the sideboard because it was so good against like Planeswalkers.
Oh yeah.
Not really because it blinked anything, just as beat
You didn't have any targets.
with Zealous Conscripts.
Okay, yeah, that's actually a sweet target.
Yeah.
to blink. I've seen some really nasty stuff.
Zealous Conscripts is an awesome card. It leads to some great stories. Like
it does. We were talking earlier. I was watching Kibler's stream earlier in the week.
Oh yeah, when I played against him with Reanimator.
That was one of the most insane matches I've seen.
Like I reanimate Gristlebrand on like turn 4. He Zealous Conscripts it.
Yes.
Hits me at gain 7, draws 14.
Yep.
On my turn, I hit him back, draw 7. The game then goes on after he Tragic 6 Gristlebrand.
Like 10 turns later.
And like much later, I Ultimate Sorin, take his Garruk.
Yes.
And then use Garruk to fight my own Gristlebrand against 7 life.
Yeah, that was the best. I couldn't believe it. I was watching that live.
It was pretty exciting.
That was great.
Yeah, Zealous Conscripts does some sweet stuff. So
For sure.
I'm not sure how Eli's hand looks. A little land light. Yeah, enough so that he's shipping it back.
Yeah.
Whereas we got a Disciple of Gristlebrand. We're in a Slayer of the Wicked. I don't know if our mana works though.
I saw 3 lands.
Okay, looks like he's keeping.
I mean, can you get picky?
any 3 lands at random don't necessarily fix his mana, but
Right.
he's got a lot of fixing. He's got six duels, 4 Cavernous Souls, 4 Evolving Wilds. So that goes a pretty long way. Yeah.
The mana base is funny to look at on paper.
Yeah.
It's funny because the way that Michael's written it out, he led off with Vault of the Archangel.
Yeah. Alright, looks like we're battling. He's got the 1-drop. Ooh, it's even the Gravecrawler, the best of the 1-drops. Cavernous Souls naming Human.
Yep.
And a Pilgrim. Alright, so yeah, his mana is great actually here. I mean, I don't think he has black yet, but
Now we see 4 Tragic Slips in the list over here for Eli's. Would he use one immediately here if he had the
I can
opportunity?
only assume so. I mean, and he might have sided them out because it looks like he has Victim of Night in his hand and possibly Human Frailty.
Okay.
But either way, if you could kill the Absence Pilgrim, you're like pretty heavily incentivized to do so.
Especially with the mana base that Michael's deck runs, where it's really reliant on these things. We see a Clifftop Retreat.
Things could go very badly here for Michael. He does not have a land in his hand, and if
He does not have a land. Ooh, yeah.
not a third one. So if Eli kills the Pilgrim, I mean, his hand is pretty far away from being able to cast something. He's got a bunch of 4-drops, and he does have a Blasphemous Act, which at some point he can cast, but...
Right. This is a good opportunity for Eli to try to take out the Disciple as well before he can ever use it.
Yeah.
But you definitely go for the Pilgrim if you have a choice.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a Blood Artist.
And does he have a 1-drop removal spell? Doesn't look like it.
I don't think so. He would have used it last turn if he had it, I can only assume. Because if he doesn't kill the Pilgrim and then he draws a land, then plays a Slayer, things go very, very differently.
Right.
Ooh, he's got a Victim in hand, and I suspect I would have Victimed the Pilgrim. You know Michael's got so many 4-drops in his deck, but he could still miss on lands here.
He sees he just ripped a
Fiend Hunter. So he didn't draw a land, but he's got a
which he can
Fiend Hunter.
cast.
Yeah.
Now he can't do the shenanigans with the Disciple currently.
No, unfortunately not. But
So he has 2 Fiend Hunters in hand as well.
So yeah, he would have rather just drawn a land. But I mean, this is still not bad. You've got to do something here. You can't just pass the turn.
So you Fiend Hunter in away one of the Gravecrawlers, and you can just block the other one.
And then even if he kills it, like he can't attack with the Gravecrawler that it took.
And also it's going to take a good chunk of Eli's turn to kill the Fiend Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, with a hand of Slayer, Fiend Hunter, you just need to start playing spells here.
Right.
The question is whether you attack with Disciple or not, but you don't really want to block a Gravecrawler anyway with a Blood Artist in play. It doesn't save you any life, so.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, he hits the Gravecrawler, which is what he wanted to do, for sure.
Get in there.
Those Blood Artists are just too intimidating. I mean, you've seen the picture, right? It's pretty disturbing.
It is actually kind of disturbing, yes.
So.
I do see that Victim of Night in hand.
Yeah, I mean...
Now, are you Victim of Nighting a Fiend Hunter here just to get back your Gravecrawler, or are you still going to...
It's really tough because you really want to kill the Pilgrim to just lock him out of spells.
Like now that we've seen, it can't have escaped Eli's view here.
Yeah, but if you don't kill the Fiend Hunter, you just can't attack. So I think you have to kill the Fiend Hunter. Especially with a Disciple in play where you can sack it to gain 3 at some point. Like, I think he's just got to hope that that Michael doesn't draw lands. Because you could put him to 11 here. I mean, Eli's, I don't know what his last card is, but he's kind of out of momentum. And if Michael draws a land here and can go Fiend Hunter or Gravecrawler, sack the Fiend Hunter. Ooh, another 4-drop, so...
Another 4-drop.
Once he casts his Fiend Hunter, he's out of gas until he draws a land.
Right.
But Eli's also not really attacking him either, so... Come on, Disciple. Get in there. Oh, nope.
No, that's twice.
Alright, another Swamp, so... whatever that last card is in Eli's hand before he drew that swamp is going to be a pretty big game. I mean, this is a close game. Like, it could easily go one way or the other, depending on what happens here.
Is it a messenger?
A messenger would be a beatdown. I think he would have cast messenger the last turn if he had it. Oh, Bloodflow Connoisseur.
Bloodflow Connoisseur.
Interesting. It's actually unfortunate that he doesn't have another zombie out. Otherwise, he could loop Gravecrawlers and just Blood Artist him.
So you can Blood Artist him for each swamp he has.
And that's a Woodland Cemetery, which does come into play tapped, but it now means that the pressure's on Eli. If Eli draws, a bunch of good spells in a row, things could happen. Otherwise, he's going to get buried by Huntmaster and Slayers.
Right.
Like in fairly short order, too. Huntmaster with Disciple out is pretty tough. Is this the down? Ooh, is that a Killing Wave?
Killing Wave or a Victim of Mine? I think it was a Killing Wave, though.
That could be interesting. If he just slams it for the full amount here, there's some action going on then.
Well, he's got a swamp in his hand, right?
Yeah. Oh, Sever the Bloodline.
Sever the Bloodline.
Okay.
Right, looks like he's going to take out the Fiend Hunter here.
Yeah, which does get sacrificed to the Disciple, put him up to 14, but then back down to 13 from the Blood Artist.
Blood Artist trigger.
Yeah. So he goes to 13, but now he can attack with Bloodflow Connoisseur and Gravecrawler, and he's got a Swamp in hand, which means at some point he's going to be able to recast the Gravecrawler after sacking it to Bloodflow Connoisseur and draining him for 1. So yeah, that is what he needed to draw. Now we've got a game.
Yep. The Bloodflow Connoisseur didn't come in, though.
Yeah, I would have attacked with that also, I think. He's not going to double block here. He's not going to put a Pilgrim in the way.
No, both of the creatures that he has are really important for Michael's plan.
Yeah.
He can't afford to block.
And so he's going to drain him for 1, and then play a land and rebuy the Gravecrawler. And then Michael also has the option of Blasphemous Acting here, which is not like incredibly effective with 2 Gravecrawlers running around, and he'll take 6 off his off the Blood Artist.
But Eli is out of cards, right?
Yeah.
So until he draws another zombie, the Gravecrawlers are going to be stuck in the
Okay, there's
yard.
the Cathedral Sanctum players. Looks like they came in. Michael's number 1 priority here is, I think, getting rid of the Blood Artist so he can Blasphemous Act. That is like one way he can go. I mean, he's still pressured. Like, drawing that Sever was really big. That was the turn where Eli needed to draw something.
So is this going to be a Huntmaster here?
It looks like he's slayering something.
The Blood Artist is what you would...
Actually, it might be the Bloodflow Connoisseur here, because then next turn he's just going to make a 10-10 Bloodflow Connoisseur or something like that.
And he's going to be able to loop.
Yeah, I mean, one of the two...
That's a tough choice. They're going to be untapped, and he's really in the tank here.
I mean, because Michael's very close to taking the game under control, but he needs to make sure he doesn't die to the combo in play. So he's going to kill one of the 2 vampires in play.
Now, okay. He's going to take out that. So that disables half of the combo, but he can still make a pretty huge Bloodflow Connoisseur.
Yeah, he gets to chump it this turn with Slayer most likely, because you don't really need that guy in play that much. Go down to 5. Again, Eli is within striking distance. If he draws something good here, some action. Killing Wave still probably does it. Yeah. So it looks like he's just going to sack one of the Gravecrawlers over and over again to make a giant Bloodflow Connoisseur.
So he's going to do this pre-combat so that he can attack with the Bloodflow Connoisseur?
Yeah, he wants the Bloodflow Connoisseur to survive Slayer of the Wicked.
Okay.
You don't have to...
And force a chump here. So
started with
it's now like a 5-5, I believe, 6-6. Yeah, 6. It should be a 6-6 now.
Actually, it should be up.
He's brought back it 3 times, and it was a 2-2, and it wasn't played to begin with. So, assuming it's a 6-6, he attacks with both. I imagine you still want to put
3 more times.
You want to
Is it a 5-5 right now? Or he's just going to go all in?
I think it's an 8-8 now.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's maybe 7-7. Because it was a 2-2 when it came in. It had 1 counter on it when it came in.
Yeah, but Gravecrawler also started the turn in play.
Okay.
Okay, so he's not attacking with the Gravecrawler though, because that's interesting. I think you wanted to leave the Gravecrawler in play and then attack with the second Gravecrawler, and then you don't worry about your Gravecrawler dying or anything like that. So he could have gotten 2 points in there. Michael's really good shape though. He gets to now. It looks like he's doing it all at once, so he gets to now Slayer the Bloodflow Connoisseur. He's down to 2 Gravecrawlers against his entire hand.
Swing.
Yeah. And he's still at 9, so even a burn spell like a Killing Wave is still not actually going to quite do it. Well, if he Killing Waves for the full amount, it's actually pretty close. But he also has Sever in his graveyard if he draws a land, so he's drawing somewhat live. So Michael can just try to take the plunge here and double block, or block one on each, and then try to run him out of zombies. Looks like he's going to. Just hope he did not draw a zombie on his turn.
Right, because that's going to strand the grave crawlers in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Potentially.
But any zombie that would come crawling back. All right.
There it is, Diagraph Ghoul, and then both of them are going to come back right now.
Yeah, things are still looking pretty dire for Eli. Like, I mean, he's got a Huntmaster coming out. He's got like Fiend Hunter in his hand.
See if he can crawl back in this.
Yeah, he's gonna try. He's even got Angel of Glory's Rise at some point, and Blasphemous Act, though. Yeah, Blasphemous Act could be okay here. I think Blasphemous Act might, if he draws a land, or actually doesn't even need to draw a land. So, yeah, if you could just cast Blasphemous Act, you want to minimize the amount of things Eli can draw that kill you. So, like, making it so that you don't die to Killing Wave is
he doesn't need a
probably
land
desirable.
to Blasphemous Act, right? You do 3, 4, 5,
No,
6,
because
7, 8.
there's 4 creatures in play.
And he's only got 4 lands, though.
But it's
Six
also
in
the
the
Pilgrim,
room.
too. Like, it also...
Where's the Pilgrim? Oh, right there, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the only creature you had in play.
Right. So Cathedral Sanctifiers is going to come down, and then are we going to follow this up with a Huntmaster?
Something just happened that was exciting. I'm not sure what, but I don't think they're clapping because he played a Cathedral Sanctifier. Well, I'm sure Michael feels pretty happy.
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to drop the Huntmaster
So
too.
he's now gained 5 life this turn off
Yeah.
of his creatures and stabilized the board in like a pretty big
So let's say
way.
Killing Waves for
Randy players who live in
5.
Southern California. Give it up for your first level 3 judge, David Zivit.
That was the excitement. A level 3 got promoted. That's pretty cool.
Accomplishment.
I do not believe Eli feels like clapping right now. Yeah, he's... I mean, this attack is what he has to do, but, like... At this point, Michael, if he draws a land, he casts Angel of Glory's Rise, which just ends the game on the spot. If he doesn't draw a land, he draws a spell. Like, he's in good shape. So, losing the Wolf and the Sanctifier, keeping the Huntmaster just in case. Which is reasonable. Gravecrawler, okay. Gravecrawler's good, but even an infinite supply of 2/1s is really not going to do it this game. Alright,
Like he's got
didn't draw a
another
land, but drew a Disciple.
Yeah.
He could also just like pass now if he wants and flip Huntmaster, killing one of the Gravecrawlers.
I'll pass turn.
I mean, he did really want to draw a land though. That would have been just
To Angels of Glory's Rise.
yeah.
To the Gravecrawler.
But this kills a Gravecrawler and blocks the second Gravecrawler, so he doesn't take that much damage. If Eli draws a land, he gets to sever the Huntmaster, but again, it's still kind of an uphill battle. So if I wouldn't mind severing the Huntmaster here. It looks like he did not draw a land though, so that is not an option.
Gravecrawler go.
Interesting.
And
I'm
there's
not
a
sure why.
land.
Yeah, he's dead now. I think he's going to gain 1,000,000 life. I'm not sure why he passed there, just since you can get the Gravecrawlers
First
back.
one
But
that's resolved defense.
I don't think it was incredibly relevant either.
Right.
Yeah, with Disciple of Gristlebrand's, I mean, like look at this, and he can
Insane.
yeah.
Both target
I mean, he can even like Fiend Hunter his own Cathedral Sanctifier, then Fiend Hunter the Fiend Hunter, then get the Cathedral Sanctifier back. Like,
Oh, right.
Just get an extra 3 life.
It looks like he's going to hide the Angel of Glory's right under one of the...
Yeah, this way he can sack it to Disciple, and then do this all again next turn, assuming he doesn't die this turn. But he's not going to die this turn.
He's not going to die this turn.
And then he's not Fiend Hunter anything else with the second one. But
Go ahead.
I mean, Eli has to draw like Killing Wave, I guess, is the only card that conceivably could save him. But even then, I don't think it's going to happen. So it looks like zombies.
I mean,
really
if he
did need that
killing waves,
draw
doesn't he
special
just sack his whole board and get the Angel of Glory's right
Yeah.
back and just bring them all back right now?
Yeah, he's pretty much.
Yeah.
I would say fairly done for at this point.
He did draw a swamp, so he can sever something, but
Yeah.
that's going
Not
to be
gonna do
it.
it.
And they're going to extend the hand. All right, so
All right.
Michael is going to
Yeah.
take it down. He looks relieved.
Yeah, I mean that was an intense match.
That was very intense, yeah. Rashad is